friends, here we are with some more Cinderella phenomenon. I took a little break over the holidays, which you will not notice via the uploads because I filmed some and didn't post them. But I did take a little break so you can see all my setup is different. I'm in a different part of my room. But yeah, so I'm really excited to continue on. So let's get cracking. What do you say? Chapter 5. Secrets. Ooh.
Good morning, Your Highness. Would you like to play with us? You want to play with me? Yeah, come play with us. We'll all have lots of fun. Well, please, just for a little while. Maybe I can.
April, what are you doing here in front of the gates?
Mother. Good morning, Your Majesty. We were just wondering if the princess wants to come play with us.
No, Princess April does not want to play with you.
But Mother, I do.
Enough idle chatter. We must go. It is almost time for your dance lessons.
But...
April, do not make me repeat myself.
Yes, Mother.
Ooh. It is still dawn when I wake up. As much as I want to continue sleeping, I have no choice but to get up and prepare for the day. The last thing I need is an annoying lecture from the head maid. I have almost become accustomed to waking up this early, even if I do not enjoy it. As soon as my preparations are made, I begin to make my way toward Emmeline's room, should she wake early. I'm about halfway there when I hear familiar voices. Standing far ahead of me are Sir Alcaster and Sir Mithros. Are you sure this is gonna work? Have a little faith in me, my friend. Friends? We are not friends. Sir Alcaster narrows his eyes, then turns abruptly to look at me. Ah, Miss April, was it? Sir Mithros, Sir Alcaster, jerks! Have you been eavesdropping, child? He has no reason to be angry with me. If they were talking about something confidential, they should not have been openly talking in the hallway. I am on my way to Princess Emmeline's room, sir. That is why I am here. I coolly look at Sir Alcaster, who looks like he is about to pop a vein. I cannot help but feel satisfied at his reaction. In just a few steps, he is suddenly looming over me. Oh, I've never seen Sir Alcaster look so angry before. What is going on? Rod is now walking toward us with a scowl on his face, as frickin' usual. Sir Alcaster notices this and quickly steps back. There was just a little misunderstanding, Your Highness. Rod glances at me, his eyes narrowing. Great. I'm sure he is going to blame me for this too, even though I did nothing. Ooh. Much to my surprise, Rod puts himself between me and Sir Alcaster. Are you all right, April? Is he worried about me? I slowly nod. Rod turns back to Sir Alcaster and Sir Mithros. If you don't have any business with April, I will be taking her with me. Emmeline is already waiting for her. Sir Alcaster stares at me for a few moments before bowing down to Rod. Of course, Your Highness. Thank you. Rod turns to me again, his expression solemn. Shall we? He walks off before waiting for my reply. I look back at Sir Alcaster and Sir Mithros one last time before chasing after him. Interesting. The both of us spend the next few minutes walking in silence. Rod has not said a thing since my encounter with Sir Mithros and Sir Alcaster. Are you okay? What? He already asked me that before. Is he really that worried? Yeah, I'm fine. I'm surprised by the look on Rod's face at my response. His expression is soft, so unlike his usual scowl.
Rod here is pretty worried about you, Princess.
Oh! Rod glares at Sebi, his cheeks tinged pink. I almost forgot that the little puppet on his shoulder talks for him. Sebi chuckles.
Sorry, Rod. Your thoughts ring so loudly in your mind that I can't help but say them aloud.
Hey! First choice back. Right choice, right there. Woohoo! This is not the first time Sebi has told me about what Rod is thinking. Rod reaches out and pinches Sebi's face, his scowl returning.
Ow, ow, ow! I'm sorry, okay? But next time, try not to think so loudly.
You said that Emmeline was waiting for me. I did not expect her to be up so early. Where is she? I lied. What? He lied to help me out of that situation. Why are you helping me? Because while you're here, you're my responsibility. I may loathe the role, but I will still uphold it. Besides, you don't need a reason to help someone in need. Help someone in need? I remember Parfait and Delora telling me before that being good often involves helping others who are in need. Now that I've helped you, I'll be taking my leave now. I have fencing lessons to attend. Rod starts to walk off, but then stops and turns back to me. Don't get yourself into more trouble. I won't be there all the time to save you. He likes me. I glare at him and cross my arms. I am not some damsel in distress, Your Highness. I do not need your help. Rod snorts before turning away from me and walking away. Later that day, I watch Emmeline finish her etiquette lessons. I can tell that the teacher is impressed with her progress. Oh yeah, 'cause I'm helping her. Emmeline is able to correctly name all the glasses and cutlery. She is not so slow a learner. I had come here earlier in the day to better teach Emmeline about proper dining etiquette. Turns out that my lesson was valuable. You have shown great improvement, Your Highness. I am glad that you have been diligent with your studies. No doubt you'll be ready for the ball soon. Emmeline smiles, her cheeks turning pink. Thank you. I wouldn't have done it without the help of a friend. Emmeline glances at me briefly and smiles gently. Oh, we're friends. I really owe her a lot. That is wonderful. I am so glad you have such dedicated friend, Your Highness. Friend? Is that really what I am to her? But princesses do not have maids as friends. A royal does not mingle with commoners, especially not with servants. Mother told me that before. Emmeline does not treat me as a maid, but she cannot possibly think of me as a friend. After the teacher gives Emmeline several books to study for their next lesson, she ends the lesson and excuses herself. Emmeline approaches me and grasps my hands. Thank you so much, April. I wouldn't have passed without your help. All I did was repeat things that your teacher taught you. But you're different. I raised an eyebrow at her. Different. I tend to get nervous in my lessons. My teachers are strict and intimidating. I cave beneath pressure. But with you, well, I feel more comfortable around you. It's probably because we're almost the same age and your lessons feel more casual. So thank you. I am very grateful to you. She looks down at the ground shyly. I hope it's alright that we're friends. I furrow my eyebrows at her. Why would you even want to be friends with a maid? You're supposed to be making friends with the nobles, not the servants. Emmeline frowns and I can feel her deflate. She walks toward the window and sighs. I tried. They may not say anything, but I can feel them silently judging me. I wasn't born a princess, and I feel that they judge everything that I do. They think that I smile too much, that I'm not regal enough. They feel that I'm too clumsy or too cheerful. Well, Emmeline definitely does not act like a noble. I cannot say I blame the nobles for being skeptical of her. Being with them suffocates me. I do my best to act like a princess, but the way they all look at me, it's as if they're waiting for me to make a mistake. Then they'll all have an excuse to jeer at me. Every girl dreams of becoming a princess, and yet this is not my dream. I really just miss being a normal girl. I miss my freedom. I look at her thoughtful. I think I can understand what Emmeline is feeling. Just like me, she was thrown into a world she was not ready to be a part of. Right now, we have no choice but to fit in. She never wanted my title in the first place, yet I accused her of stealing it. Have you told your mother how you feel? Emmeline shakes her head. No, not the king either. I don't want them to think I'm being ungrateful. That's why I'm trying my best to become accustomed to all this. I cross my arms. But you are not happy. I'm not. Poor girl. Everyone just assumes that I'm happy because I smile a lot. She barely opens up to anyone, and yet she opened up to me. Had I been given the choice before I was cursed, I would never have listened to her. You should tell them how you feel rather than just keep it to yourself. Otherwise, the stress will continue to accumulate on your shoulders. I wish I could be more honest with them. I really do. I envy you for being able to speak your mind. She envies me. Emmeline takes a deep breath and sighs. The frown fades with the sigh and is quickly replaced by a fragile smile. I am sorry for ranting to you like that. I must have bored you with my story. I used to get so annoyed with her, but now that I've seen this side of her, I suppose she's not as terrible as I had first thought. Oh, I remember that Mother wanted to see me after my lessons today. Allow me to escort you to the Queen, then. Thank you. Oh, that poor girl. She never wanted it in the first place, and here she is. Days pass without any real conflict. I run into Sir Alcaster again in the hallways, but his eyes pass over me as if I am something to be ignored. Delora, who had been ignoring me as she had been busy with other priorities, returned to the Marchen yesterday to discuss something important with Parfait. It is not as if she has been any help since she came here. She mostly stays in my room while I run around doing errands for Emmeline and taking on other chores as they are handed to me. Right now I am headed to the palace gates as I hurry to meet Emmeline. She is going out to the town to meet Viorica again, and I was told to meet her here. April. I turn around to see Fritz walking in my direction. Fritz! Hey! Ever since I told him to refer to me by my name, he has been stumbling over not using my title. I rarely see him, but when I do, we do not have much time to discuss anything. Can I help you with anything, Fritz? It's been a while. Have you managed to complete one of your good deeds? Days after I had originally run into Fritz, I managed to have a quick conversation with him regarding my curse. It has been a long time since that conversation happened. Recently, I have barely seen Fritz. I hear rumors that he has been reassigned somewhere outside the palace. I show him my pendant and point to the piece of the second glass slipper. I managed to get one several days ago. Aww. April, that's wonderful. I knew you could get one. Only 2 more and then I can break the curse. Ah, Fritz! Miss April, I did not think that the 2 of you were acquainted. We both turn our heads at the same time when Mithros suddenly appears from around the corner, the usual smile on his lips, the jerk. Sir Mithros. What are you gonna do to Fritz? Fritz! I believe Sir Alcaster is looking for you. Right. Sorry. April, I must take my leave now. Of course. Fritz bows to Sir Mithros before walking off, leaving me alone with Sir Mithros. Mithros does not say anything, but continues to smile at me. His staring makes me feel incredibly uncomfortable. Is there something on my face? Excuse me. I curtsy and start to walk off when Sir Mithros calls my name. April. Oh, that's Fritz. What a dummy. April. Yes? I just wanted to thank you for your hard work and dedication to our princess. I look at him, puzzled by his sudden gratitude. Don't worry, everything will soon be remedied. Excuse me? My apologies. I did not mean to keep you. He completely ignores my question. He dips his head slightly before turning and walking away, the smile still on his face. Jerk! was that all about? Oof. Jerky McJerkface. Jerky McJerkface! Rod and Emmeline are already waiting for me outside the carriage by the time I arrive at the palace gates. Rod has his arms crossed and looks at me irritable. His face is perpetually stuck in that scowl, it seems. You are late. Get back in the voice, April. Come on, get it together, girl. You are late. My apologies. You're so grumpy, but you've been late many times before too, Rod. Rod just shrugs his shoulders as he turns and heads into the carriage. Emmeline sighs before looking at me. Shall we? Of course. Yay! Off to town! The three of us sit in silence as the carriage rolls toward the town. The knight assigned to guard duty is sitting out front with the driver, watching for any disturbances. Emmeline glances forlornly out one window while Rod silently looks out the other as he rests his chin on the palm of his hand. I notice Emmeline pausing to glance at Rod every now and then, looking restless. Finally, she breaks the silence. Are you still mad that I asked you to come along to visit Viorica? Ooh. You could have declined the invitation, Rod. And if you would only tell me what happened between the two of you, I would do my best to remedy the situation. Rod notices me looking at him and scowls. He returns his moody gaze to the window. He was in love with her. That's what it was. Calling it. I have nothing to say, Em. But you used to be good friends with Viorica too, Rod, but then ever since you were... Emmeline stops herself, but I know that she is referring to his curse. After that day, you've kept your distance from her. Then, when you found out about the wedding, you became even colder toward her. Even Viorica is worried about you, Rod. She worries that she might have offended you somehow. Emmeline. There was a hint of a warning in his tone. Is it possible that Viorica is related to Rod's curse, considering the timing? Emmeline opens her mouth again to say something, but then suddenly stops and returns to the window, her expression mirroring Rod's own gloom. We are all silent until we arrive at the toy shop.
Emmeline, good to see you again. And you too. April, wasn't it?
I nod in acknowledgement. Viorica nods politely at the knight, who stands guard at the shop door.
It's just the two of you today?
Emmeline and I both turned around, only to see that Rod has indeed vanished. Emmeline frowns, looking both bewildered and disappointed. He was right behind us. I will go look for him.
Thank you, April.
Give me time to spend with my new boo. Ooh. Just as I expected, Rod is leaning against the wall of an alley just outside the toy shop. Ooh. I think I'm just gonna stay with him. I think. I think that's the best choice. I don't know. Talking to him seems like it might just upset him further. I can tell by Rod's stiff posture that anything I say to him will fall on deaf ears, so I move to stand next to him instead. I lean against the wall with him. I think this is right. I think this is the right choice. What are you doing? Keeping you company? Rod raises an eyebrow at me. Since when have you even liked my company? Well, I'd rather be here than stay inside the toy shop and listen to Emmeline and Viorica talk. So you're not here to try to get me to talk? Well, it's not as if you would answer any of my questions. I've tried forcing you to talk and know how ineffective it is. But I will be here if you do want to talk. Yes! This has got to be the right choice. Although I haven't seen a star, so I don't know. Or a diamond. Rod eyes me suspiciously. Since when did you start listening to others? Hey! I spoke too soon. When you are the personal maid of someone who enjoys talking, you learn to listen.
Emmeline has been happier these past few months. I hate to admit it, but it seems to be because of you.
Are you actually praising me? Oh! Rod looks away, his cheeks tinted pink.
Think whatever you like.
I do not know why, but for some reason I am happy that Rod gave me a compliment. Me too, girl.
Princess April.
Oh, wait, I've forgotten Waltz's voice. Oh my god. Rod and I turn at the sound of a familiar voice. Waltz pauses in front of us with a bright smile.
It's nice to see you again, Princess.
Waltz, what are you doing here?
Well, I was about to deliver a letter to the prince, but I guess that it won't be necessary anymore. A letter? Is Lady Parfait asking for me? Not just you. She wants to see the princess as well.
There we go. Now I'm back in it. Me? It has been a while since I was last at the march-in.
Is something wrong? They need to discuss something important with the princess. Come to the march-in tonight.
Tonight? But we're already here, so why not now? Waltz's eyes shift to our carriage.
You are here with Princess Emmeline, yes? You can't make her wait too long. What they need to discuss with you is complicated and will take some time to explain.
Am I gonna learn what I think I'm gonna learn again? Oh! The toy shop door opens and Emmeline stands in the doorway as she says her goodbyes to Viorica.
Remember, tonight.
These are Waltz's last words before he slips back into the crowd. Emmeline's visit with Viorica was briefer than I thought it would be. Now all of us are headed back to the palace. Rod has not uttered a word on our way back. I can tell that this is making Emmeline agitated as she continues to keep glancing at Rod expectantly. If you have something to say, say it. Oh! Wow, how forward of me. Emmeline stares at me. You obviously want to say something to Prince Rod. The only way to get your answers is to ask him directly. Rod does not turn around. It is as if he does not hear me. Emmeline clasps her hands and sighs.
Well?
I glance at Rod, who still persistently stares out the window, his eyes focused on nothing. He is pretending not to hear us. How immature.
Rod, Viorica was sad that you weren't there today.
She was certain that you stayed outside to avoid seeing her. What is going on with you?
I am not in the mood to answer your questions, Em.
Emmeline grips the edge of her dress, her expression becoming more rigid. You've been keeping secrets from us ever since you were cursed. We don't even know why you were cursed or how to help you break it. Wait, the rest of the family doesn't know anything about the circumstances of Rod's curse? I had thought he told them everything, but all they know is that he is cursed. We are a family. We're supposed to help each other through problems. Emmeline's hands are shaking as she gazes at her brother. The carriage stops, and as soon as the servant opens the door, Emmeline quickly steps out and rushes back toward the palace. Ha! Getting an email. Rod watches her go quietly, though his eyebrows are furrowed and he looks guilty. I silently shake my head at him before running after Emmeline. Emmeline stands in the hallway with her hands to her chest. She breathes slowly in and out, as if she is on the verge of tears. When she notices me behind her, she turns away and wipes her eyes with the back of her hand. I'm sorry for storming off like that. I was just very frustrated at Rod. I said something I shouldn't have back there. If anyone finds out about this, they won't. Your secret is safe with me. Emmeline flashes me a grateful smile before looking at the sky. One moment Rod is running down the hallway. The next he has stopped in front of us and is trying to catch his breath.
I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry too, Rod. But right now I would like to be alone.
Of course.
I'm April, but could you leave me for now? She does not even wait for my answer before walking away, leaving me alone with Rod. You made her cry, Rod.
I am fully aware of that.
Why are you hiding your curse from your family?
You wouldn't understand. I am doing this to protect them.
Protect them? Rod silently shakes his head.
They wouldn't understand.
Those are the last, ominous words Rod speaks before rushing off, leaving me alone in the hall. What happened to him? The hallways are silent at this time of night, as most everyone in the palace prepares for bed. I am now on my way to our meeting place. Rod told me earlier to wait for him here. I had thought that he would make me go to the march-in by myself after what transpired with Emmeline, but I was wrong. Emmeline was so upset today. I have never seen her like this before. I turned my thoughts back to the march-in and to what Walt said earlier. I wonder what Parfait wants to talk with us about. I feel my heart beating erratically against my chest. Why do I feel like something bad is going to happen? I realize that I've been standing in the open for a while. Perhaps I should move. People might find my standing here suspicious. I start walking again and am surprised when I feel a hand close around my wrist and pull me into the darkness. I open my mouth, but a hand muffles my scream. Shh! Rod? Rod's gaze is icy. He speaks quietly, but I can feel the anger simmering underneath his words.
What if someone saw you just standing there? Have you even thought about how they might get suspicious?
Oh, his tone is so accusatory that for a moment I cannot find my voice. But then he is right. I should have been more careful. Sorry. Rod stares at me, surprised. What?
I never thought I'd hear you apologize. Especially to me.
Oh? Well, at least I know how to apologize. Unlike you.
And why would I ever have a reason to apologize to you?
Because you've done nothing but treat me coldly, even when I have done nothing to personally attack you. Rod scowls at me but does not say anything. Instead he sighs, takes my hand, pulling me after him. Is it bad that I'm finding this very romantic? What?
Let's go before the guards see us.
I have no energy to argue with Rod, so I allow him to pull me along.
I'm sorry.
What? He apologized to me?
Don't make me repeat myself.
I did not hear you clearly.
If there's one thing I know about you, it's that you're not deaf.
Of course I'm not.
Shh! Someone will hear you.
I glare at Rod, but he does not respond.
Princess, your hand is really warm.
Ah! Rod freezes in place and glares at Sebi, who seems to be shrugging.
Your thoughts are too loud, Rod.
Through the dim lights, I can actually see a faint blush on Rod's cheeks. Oh, look at that in the sprite! You are blushing.
I am not.
He lets go of my hand and starts to walk toward the secret passage with me trailing behind him. We look around to make sure no one is in sight before we both slip inside. I follow closely behind Rod in silence. My eyes move upward toward the little bunny plush hanging on his shoulder. Sebi, I've been wondering, have you ever talked with Rod's family as yourself? Rod suddenly stops and scowls over his shoulder at me. What? I'm asking Sebi, not you.
No, I don't, Princess. Rod doesn't want me to talk with others, since he thinks that I might say something unnecessary. So much for that. You still speak even when it is unnecessary.
In the dim lighting of the tunnel, I think I can see a faint pink in Rod's cheeks, but it is probably just a trick of the strange lighting. Rod is right. Sebi has blurted out his thoughts to me, thoughts on more than a number of times. You are not doing a very good job. You know what? even if this is wrong, you're not doing a very good job, Sebi. It's twice today. Sebi sighs.
How can I not when Rod here is thinking too loudly? It makes my head ache.
You get headaches?
That's not the point. The point is that when he thinks on something too long, his head becomes cloudy and really full, like it's going to explode. That's why I got to explain for him. He's not good at expressing his thoughts, so I...
Hey! Even though I just took a shot in the dark. Shot in the dark. Rod cuts Sebi off by pinching his cheeks.
Ow, ow, ow! Okay, I'll stop talking now.
Rod sighs and continues walking. Rod, have you spoken with Emmeline since the earlier incident?
No.
As much as I want to ask him again about his curse, I doubt that he will divulge anything right now. I decide to keep my thoughts to myself as we head for the Marchen. When we arrive at the Marchen, Parfait and Delora are there to welcome us. The others, however, are nowhere in sight.
Ah, it's been a while, Princess. Thank you for bringing her here safely, Prince Rod.
Where is everyone?
They're all resting in their rooms now. It wasn't necessary that they be here for what Delora and I want to discuss with you.
I will be staying in the tavern then. Rod is about to head for the tavern when Delora stops him. You don't have to leave. What we're going to say involves you too, since you're staying in the palace as well. Rod looks at her curiously, but asks no questions. Parfait and Delora gesture us over to the settee, where we all take our seats. This is something Rod and I must know because we're in the palace? I have a bad feeling about this.
Before we start, I would like to congratulate you on your first good deed, Princess. Delora told me all about it, and I can see the extra piece on your necklace as well.
Parfait smiles at me, her eyes filled with pride. Her faith in me rekindles the dwindling confidence I had.
If only you'd seen how happy Delora was when she announced it to us.
You didn't have to go into specifics, Parfait.
Oh, are you embarrassed, Delora?
She smiles at Delora teasingly before turning back to me.
Anyway, I know you can do it, Princess. Only 2 more to go and you can break your curse.
Yeah, keep up the good work, Princess. And you too, Rod.
Ugh. So what is it you wanted to discuss with us?
I conducted a little investigation while I was with April in the palace, and I found out something important. Something important. I discovered that there is a witch in the palace. Oh, a witch in the palace? I felt a tinge of magic while I was there. It was faint, but definitely there. I don't remember feeling it before when I was there as your doll, Princess. It seems that the witch is using a glamour to hide himself or herself from us.
A glamour is a magic that only very experienced witches can cast, which means the witch we are dealing with is no ordinary witch. They have the potential to be very powerful.
But what would a witch be doing in the palace in the first place? This witch could be after the king, but what? Parfait and Delora glance at each other, looking conflicted. It is Parfait who faces me first, her expression grave.
I'm afraid there is some other possibility we must make you aware of, Princess.
I knew it.
And in order for us to explain it, we must give you the truth.
Here we go! I'm ready. Oh, but then now this is the end for today. Gah! What a cliffhanger! Oh, now I'm really excited to get back into it. Oh, I'm so glad to be back, guys, and with my gorgeous new setup. Thank you so much for joining me as always. Feel free to follow me on the relevant social medias that I'm posting below. I'm very active on Twitch, so come on over and check me out sometime if you want. Like, subscribe, follow, blah blah blah. What are words? Yeah, thanks so much, guys.